any adult can learn a second language to fluency inside 6 months. How? There are 5 principles and 7 actions. I had a colleague many years ago. We had 48 hours to deliver a training manual in Chinese. In 48 hours, she learned to type Chinese because it was relevant, it was meaningful, it was important. She was using a tool to create value. So the second principle for learning a language is to use your language as a tool to communicate right from day one. When I first arrived in China, didn't speak a word of Chinese. And on my second week, I got to take a train ride overnight. I spent 8 hours sitting in the dining car talking to one of the guards on the train in Chinese. And he was drawing pictures and making movements with his hands. And piece by piece by piece, I understood more and more. 2 weeks later, when people were talking Chinese around me, I was understanding some of this. And I hadn't even made any effort to learn that. Which brings us to the third principle. When you first understand the message, then you will acquire the language unconsciously. The green and the purple people were people who had learned by grammar and formal study. The green ones are the ones who learn by comprehensible input. So, comprehension works. And language learning is not about accumulating lots of knowledge. In many, many ways, it's about physiological training. Because we have filters in our brain that filter in the sounds that we are familiar with, and they filter out the sounds of languages that we're not. And if you can't hear it, you won't understand it. If you can't understand it, you're not going to learn it. Speaking takes muscle. You have to coordinate those in a way that you make sounds that other people will understand. If your face is hurting, you're doing it right. If you're sad, angry, worried, upset, you're not going to learn, period. You need to be tolerant of ambiguity. If you're one of those people who needs to understand 100% every word you're hearing, you will go nuts because you'll be incredibly upset all the time because you're not perfect. If you're comfortable with getting some, not getting some, just paying attention to what you do understand, you're going to be fine, you'll be relaxed, and you'll be learning quickly. What are the 7 actions that you take? Number 1, listen a lot. And it doesn't matter if you understand it or not. You're listening to the rhythms, you're listening to patterns that repeat, you're listening to things that stand out. The second action is you get the meaning first, even before you get the words. From body language, you can understand a lot of communication. Third action, start mixing. If you've got 10 verbs, 10 nouns, and 10 adjectives, you can say 1,000 different things. Focus on the core. With every language, there's high-frequency content. In English, 1,000 words covers 85% of anything you're ever going to say in daily communication. 3,000 words gives you 98% of anything you're going to say in daily conversation. You've got 3,000 words, you're speaking the language. The rest is icing on the cake. Week number 1. In your new language, you say things like, how do you say that? I don't understand. Repeat that, please. What does that mean? By week 2, you should be saying things like, me, this, you, that, give, hot. 3rd or 4th week, you're getting into what I call glue words. Although, but, therefore. These are logical transformers that tie bits of a language together, allowing you to make more complex meaning. At that point, you're talking. And when you're doing that, you should get yourself a language parent. If you look at how children and parents interact, you understand what this means. When a child is speaking, it'll be using simple words, simple combinations, sometimes quite strange. And so the kid has a safe environment, gets confidence. The parents talk to the children with body language and with simple language they know the child understands. So you have a comprehensible input environment that's safe. We know it works, otherwise none of you would speak your mother tongue. There are 4 rules of a language parent. But the 4 rules are, first of all, they will work hard to understand what you mean, even when you're way off beat. Secondly, they will never correct your mistakes. Thirdly, they will feed back their understanding of what you're saying so that you can respond appropriately and get that feedback. And then they will use words that you know. The 6th thing you have to do is copy the face. You've got to get the muscles working right so you can sound in a way that people will understand you. And the final idea here, well, most people learning a second language sort of take the mother tongue words and the target words and go over them again and again in their mind to try and remember them. Really inefficient. What you need to do is realize that everything you know is an image inside your mind, it's feelings. If you talk about fire, you can smell the smoke. There are 5 principles. Do them all. You're going to be fluent in a second language in 6 months. Thank you.